There are many colors of the Holy Rosary: blue, white, black, red, green. But what if I told you that one color, yes, just one, once made Padre Pio fall silent, his face pale, his heart burdened, and his words were chilling? That rosary is not from heaven. What color was it? Why did he warn his followers about it? And what hidden message was heaven revealing through him? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know why even your rosary's color can hold spiritual power, and how the devil uses beauty to deceive the faithful. Before we reveal the color, we must understand how Padre Pio could see the invisible, the man who could see souls. Padre Pio of Pietrelcina, the humble Capuchin friar, bore the wounds of Christ, but few know he could see beyond the physical world. He saw angels, demons, and souls in purgatory. And more importantly, he could see what hid behind objects people used every day: crucifixes, medals, and yes, rosaries. He once said, "Not all that looks holy comes from heaven." That single sentence would later explain everything about the dangerous rosary color the woman and the rosary. One morning in San Giovanni Rotondo, a woman approached Padre Pio. Her hands trembled as she held out her rosary, bright, polished, and beautiful. She said, "Padre, I want you to bless this rosary. It was given to me by a friend who said it would protect me from evil." Padre Pio looked at it, then his expression changed. He didn't smile. He didn't bless it. Instead, he said quietly, "My daughter, throw it away." The woman was stunned. "But Padre, it's a rosary." Padre Pio replied, "Not every rosary leads to the Virgin. Some lead away from her." What did Padre Pio see in that rosary? And what color was it? The color of the warning. Before revealing the color, Padre Pio gave a mysterious explanation. He said, "The devil hides behind the most beautiful things." Then, almost whispering, he added, "Even a rosary can carry his mark." The color, red. But not just any red. It was a deep crimson red, like blood. Why would that color be dangerous when red is often associated with the blood of Christ, with martyrdom, with love? That's where the mystery deepens, because the meaning of the color wasn't the issue, it was where it came from. The origin of the rosary. Padre Pio asked the woman, "Who gave you this rosary?" She replied, "A friend from abroad. She said it was blessed by a priest." But Padre Pio knew something was wrong. When he held it, he felt a coldness, as though grace was absent. He discerned a spiritual contamination, a dark presence attached to it. He later explained that objects can be cursed if used in occult rituals or by people invoking dark forces. Even something holy, like a rosary, can be tainted. The devil's counterfeit. Padre Pio once warned his spiritual children, "The devil does not invent, he imitates. But his imitation carries poison. Just as he creates false visions, false apparitions, false light, he also inspires false sacramentals. They look like holy items, but their purpose is to corrupt devotion." And the red rosary the woman carried was one of them. But how could Padre Pio know that? What did he actually see in that moment? The vision. Padre Pio later revealed to his fellow friars that when he looked at the rosary, he saw a dark shadow, shaped like a serpent, wrapping around it. The beads glowed faintly red, but in his vision he saw flames, not of love, but of deception. He said, "The enemy had blessed it in mockery of Our Lady. It was a cursed rosary, used by a group mixing witchcraft with Christian symbols, a trap for the faithful." The test of the true rosary. So how can a faithful Catholic know if a rosary is truly blessed and holy? Padre Pio taught a simple rule. A rosary that has been blessed in the name of Jesus by a true priest carries peace. The false one carries disturbance. He said those sensitive to the Spirit will feel either serenity or restlessness when they pray with it. Why red? Let's pause. Why would red be chosen for deception? Because it's symbolic, the color of life, but also of blood, war, and temptation. In occult symbolism, red is often used to represent power and control. Padre Pio said the devil often twists symbols of love and sacrifice into symbols of rebellion. But there's another color that Padre Pio also warned about, one even more subtle: the hidden color. Padre Pio once mentioned another danger. Not fiery red this time, but black rosaries with metallic skull beads that circulated in the 1950s. They were sold as spiritual protection, but came from groups invoking dark forces. He called them the chains of the enemy. He said, "When you pray with what the devil owns, you do not reach heaven, you awaken hell." Heaven's countermove to counter the false rosaries, Padre Pio encouraged the faithful to use the plain brown wooden rosary, symbolizing humility and simplicity. He said, "The Virgin smiles upon what is humble, not what is glittering." He even personally distributed rosaries that he had blessed himself, saying they carried special graces of protection. The battle of the beads. Padre Pio believed every Hail Mary is a weapon, and every bead is a bullet against hell. But if the weapon is corrupted, the soldier is disarmed. That's why he prayed daily over thousands of rosaries sent to him by pilgrims. He once said, "If you knew how powerful the rosary is, you would never let it fall from your hands." But he also warned, if you knew how many false ones circulate, you would never pick one without blessing it first. The cry of the Blessed Mother. Padre Pio received a vision of the Virgin Mary one night. She held a rosary in her hand, glowing white. She told him, "My children are praying, but some hold what does not belong to me." Tears fell from her eyes. She said, "Tell them to return to the rosary of faith, not of fashion." And the Virgin revealed a secret prayer for protection. The prayer of protection. Padre Pio shared a short but powerful prayer taught by Our Lady. "O Mary, cover this rosary with your mantle and purify it in the blood of your Son." He said any rosary once prayed over with this line could be purified from any evil influence. It's not the color that saves, but the blessing and purity of prayer. The collector's trap. In the modern age, many people collect beautiful rosaries, jeweled, colorful, even with strange symbols. Padre Pio warned against this. The rosary is not an ornament, it is a sword. He urged believers not to display it as decoration, but to use it as a weapon of faith. The hidden industry today. Rosaries are mass-produced in factories where workers don't even believe in God. Padre Pio foresaw this, warning that objects made without the intention of grace can lack spiritual protection. He said only a priest's blessing makes it living. He also warned that the devil will twist even sacred objects to spread confusion in the church. Padre Pio's prophecy. Padre Pio once said, "The day will come when the faithful will not know which objects are sacred and which are profaned." He foresaw a time when confusion would enter even among the devout, when false apparitions and cursed sacramentals would flood the world. And that's exactly what we see today, the rosary that burned. A witness once reported that when Padre Pio held a certain rosary, it heated up in his hands until he dropped it. He whispered, "It burns because it belongs to the one who fell from heaven." He blessed himself with the sign of the cross and refused to touch it again. How to discern your rosary? Padre Pio's advice was simple. Ensure it's blessed by a Catholic priest. Pray with it. Notice your peace. Avoid symbols, charms, or designs unfamiliar to Catholic tradition. If you feel unease, bless it again or replace it. The mystery of the brown rosary. Padre Pio's favorite rosary was wooden, brown, and plain. He said it reminded him of the poverty of St. Francis. "The more humble your rosary," he said, "the closer you are to heaven." But what did he mean when he said the devil blesses in mockery? Let's uncover that. The devil's blessing in mockery. Padre Pio once explained to his spiritual son, the devil imitates the blessing of the church, but twists it. When a person devoted to darkness blesses an object, it becomes spiritually inverted. Instead of channeling grace, it channels confusion, fear, and temptation. He said, Satan laughs when he sees the faithful holding what he has blessed in mockery. That's why Padre Pio urged, never assume holiness from appearance, always seek the true blessing. He then told a friar a chilling story of a cursed medal that revealed how these dark blessings work. The medal that screamed. A young friar once brought Padre Pio a medal he found in the confessional box. It bore the Virgin Mary's image, but Padre Pio refused to touch it. He said softly, "Burn it." The friar hesitated, but when the medal was placed near a flame, it emitted a strange, high-pitched noise, like a scream. Padre Pio crossed himself and said, "Now you see the enemy hides under the sacred." That same deception, he said, occurs in certain rosaries of dangerous origin. The Blessed Mother's warning. In a later vision, the Virgin appeared to Padre Pio, radiant yet sorrowful. She said, "My children are losing discernment. They buy without prayer. They bless without faith." She asked Padre Pio to remind Catholics to have their rosaries blessed in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, with holy water, because when done with faith, even a simple rosary becomes a shield. The Pilgrim's Curse. One pilgrim came to San Giovanni Rotondo with a heavy heart. Every time she prayed the rosary, she said, strange things happened, nightmares, broken beads, feelings of dread. Padre Pio listened, then asked, "Where did you buy it?" She said, "At a market, from a man selling religious items." Padre Pio sighed. He blessed the rosary, and the woman felt instant peace. He said, "It is not the color that matters, but the spirit attached to it, the power of reblessing." Padre Pio taught that any object once blessed again by a true priest loses every attachment of evil. He urged Catholics to rebless even items they had for years. "The blessing is like sunlight," he said. "When darkness clings, shine light again." But Padre Pio also revealed that the enemy's greatest goal was not cursed objects. It was spiritual distraction, the hidden attack. Padre Pio told his followers, the devil's greatest weapon is not fear, it is distraction. If he can make the faithful obsess over external things, they forget the interior prayer. Padre Pio warned that some Catholics would become so focused on the color or design of their rosary that they would forget to pray it with devotion. "Do not fear the object," he said, "but fear the emptiness of your heart." The rosary that saved a soldier. During World War II, a soldier wrote to Padre Pio. He said a bomb exploded near him, killing everyone but him. The rosary in his pocket, blessed by Padre Pio, was intact. Padre Pio replied, "That is not coincidence. The Virgin keeps those who keep her close. Even in war, the humble rosary became a shield stronger than steel." But what happens when we carry a rosary without faith? Padre Pio saw something terrifying. The empty rosary. Padre Pio once looked at a group of pilgrims praying the rosary. He saw light above some heads, but darkness above others. He said quietly, "Many lips move, but few hearts pray." He explained that a rosary without faith is empty wood and stone. Only when each bead carries love does it become powerful. Padre Pio's tears. One night, Padre Pio was seen weeping in his cell, rosary in hand. A friar asked, "Padre, why are you crying?" He answered, "Because millions pray, but few understand. They rush the prayers, not the love." He wept not because of sin, but because devotion was becoming mechanical. He feared a generation that would value the look of the rosary more than the meaning of it. The rosary that glowed during prayer. Witnesses say Padre Pio's rosary sometimes glowed faintly. A friar once touched it and said it was warm. Padre Pio smiled and said, "That warmth is love. It is the presence of the Blessed Mother." He reminded everyone, if your rosary ever feels heavy, pray until it feels light. Then it has been lifted by grace. The 3 rosaries before his death. Padre Pio told his close followers to always keep 3 rosaries. The one you pray daily, the one blessed and kept for emergencies, the one you gift to another soul in need. He said, heaven counts not the beads, but the souls saved through them. But there's one more story, about a dying man and the mysterious red rosary that returned to him. The dying man's redemption. A man who had abandoned faith for years fell gravely ill. In his final days, his daughter brought him a rosary, red, the same color Padre Pio once warned about. He refused it, saying, "That color reminds me of my sins." But his daughter insisted, "Pray it, Papa." Padre Pio said, "Even red can be redeemed." He prayed one Hail Mary, then another. By the third, tears streamed down his face. He whispered, "It burns, but not from evil. It burns with forgiveness." He died in peace, clutching that red rosary. And his daughter later said the beads had turned a lighter shade, pinkish, as if cleansed. The rosary in the end times, Padre Pio prophesied, the rosary will be the chain that binds the dragon in the final days. He saw the future, chaos, confusion, and spiritual warfare. But he said those who pray the rosary daily with pure intention will be untouchable. He called it heaven's emergency weapon, the final blessing of Padre Pio. Before his passing in 1968, Padre Pio was seen holding a simple wooden rosary. He prayed until his final breath, whispering, "Mary, Jesus." Witnesses said his rosary slipped gently from his hands, and a fragrance of roses filled the room. That rosary still rests in San Giovanni Rotondo, unchanged, simple, brown, a sign perhaps that heaven values humility over appearance. And now his last message, one the world was meant to hear. Padre Pio's last message to you. Padre Pio left behind words that echo to this day. Pray, hope, and don't worry. The rosary is your anchor, but remember, it is not the color that saves you. It is the love you hold while praying. So, if you have a rosary, whatever its color, bless it again today. Pray with it daily, and ask the Virgin to make it pure, powerful, and protected. Because in a world filled with spiritual noise, the simple sound of one sincere Hail Mary still makes hell tremble. Padre Pio's warning wasn't to make us fear the rosary's color. It was to remind us. The greatest danger is not the object, it is forgetting the prayer. So hold your rosary tight. Pray it with faith, and may the Blessed Mother cover you under her mantle of protection forever.